Okay, like I said, I promised you I was gonna make my famous stuffing for Thanksgiving. You can do this for any kind of holiday. In fact, I used to do it just as is because it's that good. Then I turned out and said, hey, this will be an awesome Thanksgiving stuffing or Christmas stuffing. Spinach. So get tuned because it's about to get real. The best spinach stuffing in the house that you guys ever had. People will be talking about it, requesting it, guaranteed. Stay tuned. I'll see you when I see you. I'll get back. Okay, this is majority of the ingredients. I got chopped onions, chicken stock, our pan, heavy cream. We're going with this stuffing, a little cube stuffing, a little classic stuffing, and spinach. I'm probably gonna incorporate my my own croutons in here. That's what I normally do. And also I forgot to add butter here because we're gonna butter the pan. But just wanted to show you, and mozzarella at the end. Okay, I had to show my croutons over here, so that's our homemade croutons. That's definitely gonna give it that little to the end. But this is basically what we're showing. And now it's time to get started. We're heating up with a little bit of butter. Then I'm gonna add a little bit of oil. Let it heat up. Throw my onions in later. Add a little bit of oil. Cooking spinach, there's plenty of it. So just want to make sure that we have enough oil and butter to absorb. But before we do that, we're gonna add the onions and just kind of get that translucent rendered before we add the spinach. Wish my home kitchen was like this. Okay, we're gonna add onions. And the bell for the onions, it is. While the onions are cooking, I just grab one of these bags. Lots of times I like to salt, it's really dry, so I like to put something in there and soften it up a little bit. Sometimes I use milk, but you can use heavy cream. I'm doing heavy cream. And you can I'll just do a little bit. I'm not gonna like soak it. I'll just put, and then just toss it. Almost like a lightly coat. As you can see now, I kind of brought it back to life by softening it, adding some cream. That's exactly what I wanted. Another tip, when you're using a brand product, but even croutons, it's always good just to taste it and just to see the salt content in there, so you know what you're working with. So if you had to add salt, you can kind of figure out exactly how much salt to add. I look at this as very seasoned. The spinach is in a raw form, not seasoned at all. So according to the quantity, comparing them together, I kind of figure out the balance. Exactly where I wanted my onions to be. Now it's time to add the spinach in. So I think I'm making just one pan today. So I would say if you had to go to the store, because you lose a lot of volume. And I'm gonna say probably 2 containers or 2 bags. If you make too much of it, you can always put it aside and can always turn this into another dish, like say just add this cream and make it like a spinach cream sauce with a pork chop or something. But I'm thinking, seeing as it's going away, this is good. In fact, I could probably add even a little bit more. Yeah, I'm gonna add a little bit more. So I got, let's say, 2 big glasses. I see all that oil that I did. See, there's barely nothing in the pan. So don't be afraid to add a little bit of oil and garlic in the middle, in the beginning. Just gonna let that cook just for a little bit more. Probably just gonna season it just a little salt and pepper. Okay. Now you gotta understand, I'm adding cream here because I have all the other bag of the stuffing and croutons that I wanted to absorb. I want it to be a little bit on the wetter side, not over, because as I bake it, it's gonna dry out a little bit. So it takes practice, but you just don't want to drench it and you just don't want it dry. If you feel that when you're mixing it with your hands, you can still feel the crunch, then obviously you need more. I'll just add like 1 ladle or 2 for right now of the chicken stock. That's my key, that if I had a little bit too dry when I'm already made, I can always add a little bit more chicken stock if I feel that it might need a little bit more liquids. Okay, now I'm adding my cream. Just let that cook for a little bit. I think this might be good right here. So I just put my croutons, my homemade croutons, and add a little bit more of the stuffing. You see that powder? That's the only thing I don't like about it, because I don't know how much salt it is, and that's why I'll have to taste it. Okay, I poured it into the stuffing, and let me tell you, sweating the onions is really important, because I wish you could just smell it, but when you add the cream, it just gives such a different flavor. So that buttery cream, and with the onions, I put onions in there because it's an extra little oomph of having that little moisture on the inside too. So that's my little secret. Is the onions. I don't think the recipe actually came with the onions, but I decided to put it in there. But you can see how it's just softening it up. I'm just gonna let it rest for a little bit to absorb everything it has, and then I'm gonna put some gloves on and just kind of actually feel it out and see where I'm at, if I need to adjust it. It definitely looks like, I could just tell by using my spoon, it's not as soft. And it's definitely dry, so I will adjust it with some chicken stock and a little bit more cream. So I'll show you. Right now, I gotta knock out a lunch. Okay guys, so just like I thought, first I tasted it, and the taste is perfect. So the flavor from the stuffing and my croutons just blended well with the lightly seasoned spinach. So I'm feeling it, and this is almost the texture that I want when it's done. That's how I actually want it. So I'm definitely gonna have to add more cream and chicken stock. So let me add a little bit of chicken stock. Hold on. Oh, did I say chicken stock or cream? So I'm probably gonna have to add a little bit more because I could just, you know what? I think I'm just gonna go chicken stock. Okay. Mozzarella cheese. Just putting a little bit in between, but the real key is smothering it. So that is the key to making this. That's why it has to be important that, see, I'm feeling a little bit where it's not croutons or the stuffing. See right here, this is still hard, so definitely have to add a little bit more. Hold on one second. Okay, so I added a little bit of the chicken stock. Probably added about a cup. But you see how this is wet like this? When I move it, this is good. So when I put the cheese on it, I put so much that I create like a seal. So it's gonna hold in that moisture. Oh yeah, this is good. Okay, now I'm putting it in a nice butter pan. Jen is such a sweetheart. Okay, maybe Jen is gonna have to hold it for a little bit.
Yep.
Just hold that camera right there. Okay. So I put it in the pan. I thought I was recording. Jen helped me because I'm doing everything one-handed.
You're welcome.
But you know what? We don't want to put too much here because we want to put enough cheese on here to seal it. So that's it. We're gonna just. This is good. Okay. Okay. Last step. The mozzarella cheese. You have to make sure. Spend a couple extra dollars. Get a little bit more mozzarella cheese because you want it to seal. So I don't want it just to cover it and then it just burns. I want that little burn, that little crispiness on the outside, but I want just a little bit of a thickness that it creates a seal. I think that's about it right there. Obviously I own a restaurant and I could go a little bit more. Maybe you don't have to go as much as what I'm doing, but you understand the point. Okay, that's it. I got cranberry done, and I have my famous stuff. I had a little bit left over, extra, so I'm baking some, and I'm going to show you how it comes. It's really important to throw that little extra cheese in there because you want to create that seal. I'm going to show you, and don't be afraid of that moisture. You don't want it like soup. Can't wait for it to come out. I could taste one a little bit early. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Lucky. Okay, just pulled it out, so now I'm going to show you. I didn't like the way that sounded. Okay, just pulled out the spinach stuffing that I'm going to show you guys. Okay, here it is. You see how it has that nice little seal of the mozzarella cheese? I'm just going to let it sit for a little bit and then I'll cut it. So now I'm going to cut it just to show you. That's good. You can see how it's just that nice thickness of the cheese. And it still kept the moisture. And that nice little chard right there. Guys, when I tell you, you have this, it's amazing. This is amazing.
Oh my gosh.
Elaine, what do you think about this spinach stuffing for Thanksgiving?
Most delicious. It is most
For
excellent.
Thanksgiving.
This is the most best delicious in the whole wide world.
Have you ever had it before?
I've never had this. It is delicious. Honey. No. It's got the mozzarella cheese melted at the top. But you put it in the oven, it's like golden brown.
This is what happens when somebody tastes it.
He needs a pat
So
on the back.
don't be afraid. Don't hesitate.
Oh my
Be the
God,
star.
it's so good. had turkey to go with it.
Well, that's what it's gonna be for a Thanksgiving side.
That's really good. I don't like stuffing, but I like that. That's
All right,
really
Shannon.
That is the most delicious stuff.
Tell me what you think as a side for Thanksgiving. First time eating it.
Good. Oh wow, that's really good.
It's amazing.
It's better than any regular stuffing I've had.
I know it's not. It's.
Guys, I'm not paying them to say this.
I'm not. I'm not.
Oh,
that
here's
good.
the one. Here's the one. Grab it for you. You gotta taste this. This is my Thanksgiving spinach stuffing. Jasmine, she loves eating. So let's just honestly tell me what you think. Tell me what you think.
I'm gonna get a.
I need Jasmine's
bite.
opinion. Be honest. For Thanksgiving as a side.
It's really good.
You like it?
Yeah, it makes you feel warm.
It makes you feel warm.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's good.
Jasmine is cold.
I'm stealing
Yeah,
more.
it's good. Yeah, it actually is really good.
Thank you.
I'm gonna
Ah, there it is. Now I know it's good. When she goes for another, then I know it's good.
Oh, that is so good.
wait, Howdy.
Okay.
You really don't. It's like
I'll sit there and eat the whole pan myself.
All right, guys. Coming at you. Gio's famous spinach stuffing. Eating this one. I'm gonna let my guys taste it. But that's what this is at. That's what it's all about. A nice side. You guys, they're gonna rave about it. And trust me when I tell you, they're gonna ask about it next year.